What is up, Pisces? How are you all doing? It is time for your April 2025 extended reading. So this is one last swoop across the table, making sure I grab every crumb of information, every situation, every scenario out of the month of April that I possibly can before we can move on to the mid-month messages. Got to do this first, though, okay? So, for those of you who need a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to go about doing that in the description of this video. I do weekly live readings right here on this channel. You can pre-order anytime on my website. $25. They're read in the order of which they come in every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Also, I'm doing full personal readings, 24-hour readings. So if you order a full personal reading, you'll have it in less than 24 hours. I'm also doing one-on-one Zoom calls, and this month I've also introduced for the first time in-person readings. Also, I have a course in my school for the month of April. The Steps to True Healing. True healing. True healing. None of this bullshit that's out there. True healing. This is Aries season, man. A new cycle has started. The old cycle is over. We're on a new fucking timeline now. Headed into a new fucking world. We need to release all the past vibrational baggage we possibly can. All of it. So, the last I looked, I haven't seen anybody in the spiritual community teaching true healing. So I broke it down and put it into a course. The link for that is in the description of this video. May 1st, it's going bye-bye. All right, thank you all for bearing with me while I babble. Let's jump into this. I'm starting this off with general messages. General messages. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. What are the general messages for Pisces in April, universe? General messages. Oh, 4 cups. Hang on a second. Ho-de-do, yo. I guess YouTube stopped notifying, huh? This is my 4th live stream. Anybody get notified? It's been that way for like the last 6 years. You do 3 live streams, and then after the 3rd one, it doesn't notify you anymore. Oh well, the game must go on. So, this is kind of telling me that a lot of you have been waiting to start something new. Whether it's starting a new business, or if you have a business, expanding it, like with a new stream of income, or maybe some of you just waiting to start a new job. Now, this is telling me that there's an opportunity right under your nose that you're not even seeing. Right under your nose. And when and if you do finally realize what it is, you're going to kick yourself. You know what? Okay, let me give you a perfect example. Perfect example. When I first set out to be self-employed, I spent a year and a half building businesses online. Network marketing businesses, affiliate marketing businesses, building affiliate marketing websites, fucking taking courses, learning how to run Google ads, running Facebook ads, running Instagram ads. 2 years almost, about a year and a half. You know what I did in my spare time? Sit around and watch tarot videos on YouTube. That's what consumed all of my spare time. I'll sit around and do exactly what you're doing right now. I'll sit around and watch the YouTube tarot readers. I never in a trillion fucking years, never in a trillion years would have imagined that would be what my business was going to eventually end up being. Never in a million years. A year and a half. I spent all my spare time sitting around watching tarot videos on YouTube. So similarly, there's something right in front of your nose. right in front of your nose that you're not seeing. And that's all this is telling me right now. That's all this is telling me. So, some of you are horrified that some kind of worst case scenario is coming. Stop it. Stop it. Now, yes, there's going to be some scary bumps and twists and turns and ups and downs. How many of you have been with me for at least the past 2 years? I know my channel has not stopped growing since 2018, so there's always new faces in here. But I know there's a handful of you who have been with me since at least 2023. I've been talking about this for 2 years now. 2 years I've been talking about this. Now, I had no idea it was going to take this fucking long, but we're moving into a new world. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Now the ball is publicly fucking rolling. Publicly rolling. The old system is going bye-bye. When I say system, I mean the world as we know it is being dismantled before our very eyes right now. So, yes, there's going to be some ups and downs and twists and turns and crazy bumps in the road and whatnot. Don't worry about that. On the other side of that, it's going to be beyond anything you ever dreamed possible. By the time we get into the 2030s, planet Earth is going to look like a science fiction movie. We will be well into the fourth dimension in 10 years. Well into it. We're technically in the fourth dimension, but it's kind of like, okay, imagine this. Have anybody ever driven from coast to coast of the U.S., at least from the East Coast to the West Coast? If you start off on the East Coast, you look around and all you see is grass and trees. Grass and trees and trees and grass and grass and trees and trees and grass, as far as the eye can see. Well, you take off and start heading west. At some point, you're looking around and all you see is desert and Red Rock Mountains. When did that happen? When did it go from grass and trees to desert and Red Rock Mountains? It's hard to put a finger on. It's not like there's a line straight down the middle of the U.S. where the grass ends and the desert begins. Similarly, for about the past 5 or 6 years now, we've crossed into where the desert is beginning. And you can kind of see it a little bit. Things are different. But 10 years from now, it's going to be Red Rock Mountains and desert. Does that make sense? That's what it's like going from the third dimension to the fourth dimension. It's very gradual. Anyway, I guess let's get some general advice for Pisces. General advice. General advice. Ooh, the Hermit. Don't attach yourself to anybody right now. I'm not just talking about love-wise. I'm talking about period. Period. You are in the middle of a transformation right now. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't let fear of failure hold you back. I know that sounds cheesy and cliche, but I'm telling you right now. What if I told you that failure was mandatory? What if I told you that? All the people who are sitting and letting fear of failure hold them back. What if I told you that you have to fail before you can become successful? You have to. You have to. You are never going to just go straight to success overnight. What if I told you that? You have to fail. You have to. So there's no point in letting fear of failure hold you back because you have to go through that in order to experience success anyways. You have to. There's way too many reasons for me to sit here and break it all down and explain it right now. But don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid of looking stupid. You know who looks stupid? Not the people who are out there trying to do something. They're not the people who look stupid. The people who look stupid are the people still sitting in the same spot today they were sitting in 5 years ago. Those are the people that look stupid. That's what looks real stupid. Getting out there and trying new things, you know, falling down and getting back up, falling down and getting back up, expanding your consciousness, learning new things, experimenting with new things. That don't look stupid. That's fucking inspirational. Extremely. Okay? All right, let's shift gears now. Let's move on to the love portion. Let's see what's coming in next for the singles. What's coming in next for the single Pisces? What's coming in for the singles? Ooh, the Chariot. Some of y'all are going to be connecting with somebody at a distance, possibly. The Fool card. This is going to happen quick. Two of Cups, Tower reversed. Yeah, this is going to happen quick. This is going to happen real quick. That Tower reverse bothers me. I don't like that. I don't like that. Some of you are going to end up connecting with somebody from the past. Some of you are going to have a choice to make. Either reconnect with a past person or move forward with a new person. And I think that's the crossroads that you're finding yourself at. Yeah, that's the crossroads you're finding yourself at. Evolve or repeat. But for those of you ready for something new, I don't even know if I want to say that yet, because this is like an equal 50-50. I'm seeing 50% reconciliation, 50% new person. Let me just get the advice. Let me get the advice. I don't want to say the wrong thing, because that's teetering on a fine line right there. What's the advice for single Pisces? What's the advice? Nine of Swords. Knight of Swords. Nine of Cups. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but I'll give you some things to think about. Okay? Ask yourself this. Now, this is an open-ended question. This is not a rhetorical question. I'm not being a smartass. This is an open-ended question, just something for you to ask yourself. Do you want to even take the chance on repeating a past cycle right now? Do you want to take that chance? That's not rhetorical. Just seriously ask yourself that. Because if you're going to reconnect with a past person, unless a change has been made, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Unless a change is being made on both sides. On both sides. Both people have to change energies in order to come back together and move to a new timeline. But from your perspective, if they haven't changed frequencies, if they're still just bringing the same version of themselves back to the connection, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So I think a lot of you are the decision that you're going to have to make is, do I jump straight in with a past person? Do I keep them at an arm's distance? Or do I just say, nah, fuck this and keep going? Because in order to find out if somebody has changed, that takes time. That takes time. Takes some time. Let me tell you how I do it, okay? And I'm going to tell you what right now, this has never failed me. This has never failed me. Every time I've ever reconnected with anybody from my past lover, old friend I fell out with, family member I fell out with, this never fails. I don't pay attention to what you say to me. Matter of fact, I don't listen to anything you say to me. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care how you act to me. That means nothing to me. I'm watching how you treat everybody else. That's what I'm watching. For a long time. Oh, for some weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Possibly even months and months and months. I'm watching how you behave and how you interact in every aspect of your life. I'm watching the way you treat your friends, the way you treat your family, the way you treat the fucking waiter at the restaurant, the way you treat the gas station attendant at the fucking gas station. I'm watching how you behave to everybody else, because that's how you're going to treat me. You know what I've always seen on my journey? Don't nobody change. That's just my experience. Just me personally. Every time I've ever revisited a past person, they don't change. They ain't changed. They pretend they do. They pretend they do, but that mask falls off. It's only a matter of time. But do you want to take that chance? That's the open-ended question. Do you want to take the chance on possibly repeating a past cycle? I don't know about you, but I'm like, fuck that. I'm ready for a new cycle because we're on a new timeline now. But yeah, that's totally up to you. I'm not judging you. No matter what decision you make, I'm not judging you. Do what you do. All right. Let's see what's going on with the current long-term relationship. So if you're not in a long-term relationship, this is not for you. If you are in a long-term relationship, but the two of you are not experiencing any problems, this is not for you. What's happening between Pisces and the current long-term partner in April? Ooh, Knight of Swords, okay. King of Cups. Okay, Ace of Wands. So it looks like you all are making the decision to work through this. Okay. That's good. Looks pretty damn positive. This is probably the most positive current person reading I have done of all the extended readings. So, you all are coming together and agreeing to work through this. The question is, can you all maintain this? That's the question. That's the question. Can you maintain this? Not just today, not just tomorrow, not just this week, but next week, the week after that, next month, the month after that, 6 months, all year. Can you maintain? But hey, at least it looks like y'all are working through it and you're making the decision to try to push through this and work through this. Okay. Well, it looks pretty daggum good though, man. Looks pretty daggum good. I don't know though, because it does feel like you had 1 foot out the door there, didn't you? This kind of feels to me like this is one last straw. This is the last and final straw, isn't it? One more time, you out the door. One more goddamn time. Deuces. I'm about to boot, scoot, and boogie on out of here. The last and final straw. Okay. Well, let's see how this person feels about you and what their true feelings, energies, and intentions are. Current long-term partner Pisces is dealing with. What's their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? 8 of Wands. Okay, they feel like y'all been repeating a cycle. Yeah, they definitely feel like y'all have been repeating a cycle. I don't know. I think this person means well. I think they mean well. My concern is whether or not they're mature enough to stick with it. Because in order to make a change, any change, it takes time and consistency and discipline. I don't care if you want to change your eating habits. I don't care if you want to change your fitness habits. If you want to quit smoking or quit drinking or start working out or start running or start eating better, whatever change you want to make, it takes time and consistency and discipline. So like in a relationship, for example, if we're going to work on a relationship, we're both working on ourselves. What does that mean? What do I mean when I say that? What I mean is I'm working on my triggers. You're working on your triggers. Okay? How do you work on a trigger? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you work on an emotional trigger? When something triggers you, you catch yourself. That's how you work on it. It's hard. It's hard to catch yourself in the middle of being triggered and force new thoughts in the middle of it. Now, when you're not being triggered, that may sound easy. It's not easy. It's hard. It's kind of like, it's no different than saying you're going to change your eating habits, you know? Like, let's say, for example, your favorite goddamn food in the world is, I don't know, KFC or some shit like that, you know? And you have a habit. You have a habit of eating this food 3-4 days a week. And you tell yourself, all right, I'm not going to do it. And then you set off on that path to stay the hell away from KFC. And you're doing good at first. It's hard, but then it gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. Are you going to stay consistent? Stay consistent? Stay consistent for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months until you finally unwire that habit out of your brain? It's no different. It's no different. Doing inner work, doing energy work, catching your emotional triggers, changing your thought patterns is no different than changing any other habit. Does this person have the wherewithal to stick with the changes they need to make? That's the question. Like January 1st, the fucking gyms are filled with New Year, New Me people. Now, in April, how many of them people are still going to the gym? Not very many. Not very many of them stuck with it. So they mean well, though. They mean well. Just like the New Year, New Me person meant well when they stepped foot into the gym on January 1st. But they didn't have the discipline to stick with it till fucking April 10th, did they? That's what I'm concerned about with this person. I think they mean well, though. They do mean well. They do have every intention of working through this. I just don't know if they're mature enough to stick with it. Let's get some advice. What's the advice? Karmic wheel reversed again. Six of Swords reversed again. Okay. Well, just understand what it takes, man. Understand what it takes. We're looking for effort, not perfection, effort. You are not going to flip a switch and become a different person overnight. The person you're dealing with is not going to flip a switch and become a different person overnight. So just understand that it takes time. It takes time. It could take up to an entire year to unwire one emotional trigger. You know that, right? It could take up to a year. The longest it's taken me to unwire one emotional trigger was 1.5 years one time. That's the longest it took me one time. A year and a half. And it's hard work. It's really hard work. So just know that going into it. And don't dump all of your energy into worrying about what the other person is doing. You focus on you. You focus on you. You focus on your own issues. You focus on what you need to work on. And they need to be doing the same thing. And only time will tell. Only time will tell. But if this ends up being just another repeat cycle, go on a healing journey. For those of you who just end up saying, this is the final straw, I'm done, go on a healing journey. Go on a healing journey, okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Pisces family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description, okay? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.